Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are cutting through the noise, converting a whole stack of source material into clear strategic intelligence for you.
And our topic today is, it's a big one, building sustainable passive income.
Right. And we're focusing on one specific and I think often underestimated avenue.
We are the business of low content products.
Low content products. That's the phrase for things like digital journals, planners, printable worksheets.
Coloring books, things like that.
Exactly. And the appeal for anyone listening who's looking to build a revenue stream is just massive. I mean, you create the file once,
and then you can sell it over and over again, infinitely. It minimizes your risk, maximizes your margins.
It's a proven model. We see it all over Amazon, KDP, Etsy, Gumroad. But, and this is the big but, the sources really highlight this. The simplicity is deceptive. Anyone can upload a blank journal, right?
But very few actually establish a valuable, enduring business from it.
And that's really our mission for this deep dive. We need to get past the simple idea of just making a PDF.
Right. And into the strategic mechanics of what it actually takes to generate revenue.
So we're going to unpack the 6 essential steps. We'll move from that initial market strategy all the way through to long-term growth.
We're really looking for that, that foundational difference between a hobby project and a real revenue engine.
Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. Before we even think about opening a design program, what's the strategic foundation we need to lay?
It all boils down to tip 1. You have to define your niche and rigorously research demand.
This is where people fall down, isn't it?
It's where they fail. They think passion equals profit, and it just doesn't work that way. You have to research where people aren't just looking, but, and this is critical, where they are willing to pay.
So I can't just make a general wellness journal.
You can't. That's the mistake. The sources are so clear on this. Broad categories mean you're competing with giants.
People with huge marketing budgets.
Exactly. You have to find a specific audience with a specific articulated need. So you're browsing the marketplaces, you're looking at top sellers, sure, but you're also using keyword research tools to see if the search volume is even there.
Okay, but let me push back on that for a second. If I create something super specific, like a daily mindfulness journal for night shift nurses, aren't I shrinking my potential audience so much? Isn't that, counterintuitive to growth?
That is an excellent point.
Yay.
And it's a strategic choice. You are absolutely shrinking the total pool of customers.
Right.
However, you are increasing the conversion rate of that smaller pool exponentially. Think about it. That nurse searching for a solution finds exactly what she needs in your product.
She feels seen.
She feels seen. The research shows that this kind of ultra niche marketing just slashes the cost of customer acquisition, whether that's an ad spend or just your own time on SEO, because you are the only perfect answer to their search.
So the goal isn't the biggest audience, it's the most qualified audience. That's a huge shift in perspective.
It is. A focused niche allows for that laser-targeted marketing, and it's really the only way to build a loyal customer base quickly.
Okay, so once we've locked down that niche, the what and the who, we move to execution. This is tip 2, creating high-quality, useful products. And this is where that core paradox comes in.
Right. Low content absolutely cannot mean low value. Yeah. If a customer is paying you, they expect utility, they expect polish. So, thoughtful design is critical, clear typography, a logical flow, an attractive cover.
This is where those professional tools come in that the sources mentioned, like Canva or Adobe InDesign.
They earn their keep, absolutely.
I remember my first try at a printable. The font was microscopic. It just looked cheap.
And that's the reality check, right? The utility part is just non-negotiable. Your product has to help the user achieve a goal. A planner isn't just a calendar.
It's a system.
It's a system. It might have habit tracking sections for that niche or goal mapping or meal prep templates. It turns a blank page into a strategic asset for them.
And on the technical side, there are a couple of details that, anyone selling printables just has to get right. It's the printing reality check.
Yes. These specs are not optional if you want to look professional. 2 terms you have to understand.
Go on.
First, export your files at 300 dpi. That's dots per inch. It's the standard for print. It means your lines and text are crisp, not blurry.
Okay, 300 dpi. What's the second one?
You need to include bleed margins.
Explain bleed margins for someone who hasn't worked in print.
It's simple, really. It's just a little extra space you add around the edges of your design.
Okay.
So when the file's physically printed and then trimmed down to size, that little bit of excess margin ensures your design goes right to the very edge of the paper. No weird white borders.
Ah, I see. So you avoid that amateur look.
You avoid poor reviews and refund requests. The best practice is just to test print your own templates multiple times. Quality control is on you.
So that's the prep work done. We have the strategy, we have the quality standards locked. Now, how do we actually sell it? We're moving into the storefront, which starts with tip 3. Crafting compelling listings.
Right, and your product listing is your entire sales pitch.
Your only point of conversion.
Exactly. You have seconds to get their attention, and the description needs to work so hard, it has to clearly communicate the problem you're solving.
And the benefits they'll get, not just the features.
Yes. So instead of saying, this journal have 300 pages,
you'd say something like, this system gives you 30 days of clarity and focus, reducing your stress.
You've got it. Focus on transformation. And yes, you need keywords in your titles and descriptions for discovery, but the sources are really strong on this do not keyword stuff.
Right. You want the algorithm to find you, but you need a human to buy from you.
Clarity always trumps density.
And what about visuals? I mean, in a digital marketplace, you can't pick the product up and flip through it.
The visuals are everything. You need multiple mock-up images, and they have to show the pages in context.
So not just a screenshot of the PDF.
Never. Show the planner on a desk next to a coffee cup. Show the coloring page on a tablet with a stylus next to it. You have to help the customer visualize themselves, owning it, using it, benefiting from it. That's what bridges the gap from browsing to buying.
And a crucial part of tip 3 is just total transparency, right? To build trust.
Absolutely. You have to state every single detail. The exact page count, the file format. Is that a PDF, a PNG, it's paper size, A4, letter, whatever.
It just heads off problems before they start.
It reduces customer support queries, and it cuts down on negative feedback from people whose expectations weren't met.
Which brings us to tip 4, pricing strategically and offering bundles. Once we know how to list it, we have to figure out that monetary sweet spot.
And this isn't a set it and forget it thing. It requires constant market research. You're looking for that balance between what the customer thinks it's worth, the perceived value, and a fair profit for you.
And what's interesting here is the idea of introductory pricing. I know a lot of sellers think they should start high, but the sources say the opposite. Why is that?
Because in a crowded market, your most valuable asset is social proof.
Reviews.
Reviews and ratings. By starting with a slightly lower introductory price, you encourage those crucial initial sales. Those sales lead to reviews. Once you have that critical mass of social proof, then you can gradually increase the price to where you want it to be. It's a strategic investment in your reputation.
The sources also talk a lot about bundling. How important is that, really? Can't I just focus on selling my one journal?
You can, but you are absolutely leaving money on the table. Bundling is critical. It boosts your average order value, your AOV.
Okay.
So think about that customer who came for the daily planner. If you can offer them that planner, plus a related habit tracker, plus a goal-setting workbook, all together for a slightly higher but still attractive price.
You've turned a $10 sale into a $25 sale.
And you've done it without having to find a whole new customer. The buyer gets a complete solution, they feel like they got a great deal, and your revenue goes up. It's a win-win.
That's smart. It's about maximizing the value of the customer you already have.
Precisely. And of course, you use limited time discounts around relevant times, back to school for planners, holidays, that kind of thing.
So we've built it, we've listed it professionally. Now we need to get people to actually see it. This is section 3, growth and iteration, starting with tip 5. Promote on multiple channels.
You just cannot rely on the Etsy search bar or the Amazon algorithm to make you successful. It won't happen. You have to be proactive and drive your own external traffic.
And for visual products like these, which platforms work best?
Look, the sources are pretty clear. Visual-heavy platforms are key. So we're talking Pinterest, Instagram, and TikTok.
Right.
The users there are often actively looking for inspiration, for organization tips, for creative ideas. They're already primed to discover and buy printables.
So what kind of content actually works on these platforms? It can't just be a static image of the cover, can it?
No. People want to see the product in use. So you share behind-the-scenes videos of your design process, maybe sped up. You highlight customer testimonials. A really powerful one on TikTok is the Plan With Me video,
where you actually show yourself using the planner.
Yes. You show how you use the habit tracker or fill out the weekly spread. It turns the product from just a static file into an aspirational tool.
But I think the most durable advice here for any digital business really is about owning that customer relationship.
You hit the nail on the head. Social media is for discovery. But you need a direct line to your audience.
The email list.
The email list. It's the most actionable growth tip. You offer a high-value freebie, a printable checklist, a mini template to get them to sign up. And that list becomes your own private channel for announcing new products, running promotions, and driving guaranteed traffic whenever you want. You own that connection.
And that leads perfectly into the final piece of this puzzle. Tip 6. Collect feedback and iterate. This isn't a one-and-done thing.
No, you cannot afford to create it, list it, and forget it. This is how you stay ahead of trends and ensure your business has longevity. A responsive seller fosters deep customer trust.
So what are you listening for in that feedback?
You're listening for patterns. What do people consistently praise? What complaints keep coming up? Maybe 5 different people mention the font is too small or the spacing for notes is too tight.
And then you have to act on it.
Immediately. You adjust the design, you update the file, you re-upload. If you ignore that kind of feedback, you are literally throwing away potential repeat business. The sources suggest that when a customer sees their feedback led to an actual improvement,
they feel valued.
They feel valued, and they're so much more likely to come back for your next product. They become a loyal advocate for your brand.
So when you synthesize all 6 of these steps, niche research, professional design, persuasive marketing, continuous iteration, it's clear that monetizing low-content products it's a lot more strategic than just uploading a pretty PDF.
It's a roadmap to elevate your work. Following these steps helps you go from being just another listing in a sea of products to building a genuinely valuable digital brand.
And as we close out, let's look to the future of this, because the sources hinted at strategies that go beyond just the one-time sale.
Yeah, if we zoom out a bit, everything we've talked about today is about that single transaction. But the research points to converting those products into recurring revenue.
Using things like affiliates, ads, or memberships.
Exactly. So the low-content products we've discussed, that perfect journal or tracker,
they become the foundation for the next level.
Precisely. They are the perfect low-cost tripwire product.
A tripwire product.
It's a high-value, low-price offer designed just to convert a stranger into a paying customer. Once they buy that small, non-threatening item from you, they've crossed a huge psychological barrier.
They trust you.
They trust you. And now they're much more receptive to higher ticket offers. So the final provocative thought for you to consider is this. How might those foundational low-content products be leveraged as the entry point for something bigger?
Like a paid monthly membership.
A membership that gives them new content every week. Or maybe that planner becomes the central product in an affiliate marketing strategy. What opportunities exist just beyond that initial one-time digital sale?
Thank you for diving deep with us. Now go forth, define that niche, and start building that recurring revenue stream.